You are now tuned in to the 411 for your fantasy football with your host, Autumn Wind Williams.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Autumn Wind Williams, and you're now tuned into the 411 for your fantasy football. We are now at week 16 of the 2019 regular football season. Man, this season is going by so fast. Now, hopefully you guys are stacking them chips, getting at the top of those leaderboards, making tons of money, whether it's in tournaments, cash games, or whatever. And it is championship weekend for year-long fantasy. And hopefully a lot of you guys are still in it. I'm out as of last week. Yeah, on my ESPN, NFL.com, and Sleeper app. You know, I'm out of the playoffs this year, man. Last year, my first year ever playing season long, and I was in the championship, won on ESPN, got in the playoffs on NFL.com, lost, got in the playoffs on the Sleeper app, and lost. But it's like I'm still making a big difference this year when it comes to the Sleeper app, because the most winningest guy in the league is in the championship right now. And it's funny, well, not funny when it's an injury to a person, but I'm sure you're aware Dalvin Cook will not be playing this Monday for the Minnesota Vikings. And what I did something a little shady, man. I did something a little shady, knowing I just knew this guy, he was going to be in the championship for some reason, because his lineup was just killing it every single week, man. I luckily beat him, though. But since I was out, I ended up adding Mike Boone from the Minnesota Vikings, and he had Dalvin Cook in his lineup, and I'm sure he wanted to play him in a championship. And he didn't handcuff Mike Boone. He didn't handcuff Madison, even though Madison does have a high ankle strain, so he's not going to play either. It looked like Boone is going to get the rock a lot, and that's going to affect him winning this year. I know a lot of people are like, that's really shady. If you're no longer going to be in the playoffs, championship, you shouldn't be touching anyone on the waiver wire. But hey, you gotta have some kind of fun, man. You gotta still feel like you involved and you make a difference on who decides, the decision on who's gonna win that championship. And I just had to do it. But as far as DFS, last week, the guys I gave you in the video, if you played them and filled the empty spots with some decent guys, you likely cashed. Unfortunately, the guys that I put in the videos did decent. They did great, but I didn't fill the right spots, as far as the empty slots on my area with the extra running back, the two receivers, and the flex. And last week was probably my worst week in DFS this year, but I'm not mad, man. I already had a profitable season. That's what I'm looking at on the bright side on FanDuel, Yahoo, DraftKings. Altogether, overall, it's been profitable for me, and I'm just ready to go out there and win big this week and make it even more profitable. So this week, I'm going to help you guys out on this Saturday slate. Yeah, no college football this week. The Heisman Trophy winner was last week. They're giving it to the NFL on this Saturday now. So we have something to do with our time and be degenerates and try to make some extra money for the holidays and get everybody a nice Christmas gift. Christmas gifts, man, it's hard to get gifts this year because everybody got everything, which is a good thing. it's a good thing when it's difficult. But I'm just trying to make sure I get my family some nice stuff that they might need or would like to have. But hopefully I get them a little bit more if I win big this week. So I'm gonna give you a running back. First a quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and defense that I'm using in my main lineup on FanDuel, Yahoo, and DraftKings. And you can use it on Fantasy Draft too if you want. So let's get into this right now and let you know who I have. Okay, first at quarterback, I'm going to definitely have to pick my boy, Deshaun Watson. Now, the Titans, they're playing for a divisional title, and those are the type of players you want to go after. That's going after the divisional titles or wild cards, playoffs. You want to go with those type of guys because they are the ones that's going to be making sure those players get out there and stay active and hungry. And the Bucs' good old funnel defense, you got to pick on that. They are number one against stopping a run and ranked 30 against stopping a pass. So, why not pick on him? The only thing I'm concerned about, though, when it comes to Deshaun Watson is he let a lot of teams sack him multiple times in games. I mean, he's a great quarterback, but that offensive line, they don't protect him enough. So game after game out there, watch the Texans play. Deshaun Watson is always getting sacked and, making me panic, man. Like, why did I put him in my lineups? Why do I have my season long? But I'm going to definitely take my chances with Deshaun Watson in this week, knowing that, even though he gets sacked a lot, the Bucs only ranked at 27 in the league when it comes to sacking the quarterback. And now moving on to running back, I'm going to go with the sleeper, because for Saturday, it's going to be very chalky. You got to try to differentiate somehow, get some kind of sleeper. And I'm going to get a guy to run it back on the other side. And it's going to be a running back from the Tampa Bay Bucs due to Bruce Arians said that he's going to be using his running backs a lot as pass catchers because, you got Brashad Perryman, Watson, dude. He don't hardly have anybody. You got tight ends, but he's definitely going to be trying to get some dump offs to his running backs this week. So I'm going to definitely go with Dan Ogunbowale, the rookie. Yeah, that's right. He hasn't really produced, but I know now that they at the end of the season and they out of the playoffs, they want to see what they got with this guy before the draft hit to see if they need to get another running back or something, which they likely are going to have to do anyway. But I feel like my gut feeling is telling me Derek Ogunbowale is going to go out there and get a touchdown. Just looking at, on a game log, last week he didn't do great. He got one reception, got one carry. That wasn't nothing. But I'm looking at the week before where he got 5 targets and he caught all 5 balls, which got him 48 yards. And, yeah, he lost the ball too on a fumble. That's not good. But I think that was just a rookie mistake. I think he can go out there and get at least double-digit fantasy points. Hopefully a touchdown. I'm really thinking he's going to get a touchdown. When you look at Jameis Winston, he's going out there and throwing a lot of interceptions, I know. But he's also going out there and throwing 4 touchdowns, getting 400 yards with the lack of receivers. So it's like you have to take your chance with a guy like this, knowing that your coach already said that he's going to be utilizing his running backs. And I don't look at it as coach speak, because he was truly honest. I believe it was yesterday he had a press conference and they was asking him about his receiver core, how it's just diminishing who he has coming in. He got guys coming off the streets, practice squad, and it's not looking good when it comes to that. So if he has a guy that played week 14 at running back, got 5 targets, caught off 5 balls, why wouldn't he give him the rock even more? And he might get some running yards too. So I feel very comfortable playing Dare Okamawali as my contrarian play to running back with the Tampa Bay Bucks. Now moving on to wide receiver, you know who I'm going to have to pair up with. Deshaun Watson, right? You go to Nuke. You go to Nuke. If you want Deshaun Watson to throw that bomb, it's going to be a Nuke bomb to DeAndre Hopkins. That's right. Last week, DeAndre Hopkins got 6 of his 8 targets, got over 100, got 119 yards in that win against the Titans. And I think he can go out there and do it again. You know, he's dealing with Tampa Bay Bucks defense. They can't stop anybody, man, especially not Nuke. What they going to do against Nuke? They're going to lay down and let him run all over him. I think Nuke can go out there and get 2 touchdowns and 125 yards. That's my hot take for this Saturday. Moving on to tight end, I know a lot of people are going to probably move off of them because they're looking at how the Los Angeles Rams, you know, they got Everett back in training camp. I mean, not training camp, in practice. And they ignoring the fact that this guy, Higbee, he's been a beast, man. Tyler Higbee, I think I'd rather play him over Everett because the past 3 weeks he got you 100+ yards. Let's look at his game log for the past 3 weeks. All right, week 15 he got 26.1 fantasy points. Week 14, 21.6. Week 13, 26.7. So how can you go wrong? Damn, I wish I played him on week 13. He was only 2,500 on DraftKings. And you get 26.7 points. Now he's up to 5,000. That's double for when he was going on a tear on week 13. But I think he could go out there and do it. You know, I'm not afraid to still play him, even though they got their other tight end back in practice, you know, preparing for the game. But I don't think you're going to get that much minutes, man. I don't think you're going to get out there and get that many plays like Higbee. But another reason why is the Rams been running a lot of 12-man, you know, so I feel like with the Rams running a lot of 12-man, they're sitting Cooper Kupp a lot to have 2 tight ends out on the field. You know, that's going to better his chances because Higbee's going to be out on that field regardless. He can do the blocking, he can do the catching, and he can do them touchdowns too. So that's who I have at tight end is Tyler Higbee. And last but not least, I think you guys already know the cheat code that I don't like to use. I already gave you the team last week on my video where they went out there and gave you double-digit fantasy points again. I'm talking about 20 fantasy points. I'm talking about the New England Patriots. Ain't no telling. They probably had camera team following the Buffalo Bills this week. Nobody knows. They just go out there and do it again. And you know, Josh Allen, he's going to just want to run the ball. They're going to try to go after him as much as possible. John Brown, last game they played him, John Brown couldn't really do anything, man. He can't produce, knowing that, you know, Josh Allen, that's his favorite target. They're going to stop that. So you're going to see some interceptions from the Patriots, probably a pick 6 or 2. So I definitely feel comfortable playing the Patriots as my defense. So that's what I have for you guys for this Saturday. I will have a Sunday lineup as well. I'll probably drop that video Saturday afternoon or evening. So make sure you click subscribe, hit that bell icon so you know when I had that video posted. And click like on this video as well. And make a comment. Tell me who's your favorite play. Who you playing in your year-long fantasy. If you want a little bit of advice for year-long fantasy, your boy is here for you. But yeah, that's what I got for you guys. At quarterback, we got Deshaun Watson. And then at running back, we got Derek Ogumawale. At wide receiver, we pairing up with Deshaun Watson. Nope. DeAndre Hopkins. At tight end, we got Tyler Higbee. And at defense, we got the New England Patriots. I can't stand that team, though, man. But I'm a plan when it comes to fantasy that is going to get me at the top, the very top, y'all. And I'll see you up there with me. Until then, y'all, build those lineups real strong and just win, baby. Peace. I'm out.